Welcome back. Well, now to the latest on day 13 of the search and rescue operation in South Florida. First responders have been able to reach all sections of the grid at that building site since a portion of the structure left standing was demolished on Sunday. Several more bodies have been recovered, the official death toll now standing at 32. There have been some pauses for bad weather, and crews are now bracing for heavy rain and wind as Tropical Storm Elsa approaches. Well, while the focus is still on the wreckage at Chaplin Towers, investigators are taking a wider view. More than 40 buildings in Miami-Dade have been identified as potentially at risk. Colonel GOLAN VACH has been working at the site of the high-rise collapse. He is the commander of the Israeli National Rescue Unit and joins me now from Surfside, Florida. Good to have you with us. We saw, as I just mentioned, that the rest of the building was demolished Sunday. How has that impacted your efforts there at the site?
When the building got down, we could be able to reach all these perimeters, all these apartments, to reach all these people that we couldn't when the building was exist.
At this point in time, this effort remains a search and rescue operation. Have you been speaking to any families of those still missing? Are they still holding out hope that someone will be found alive?
We are hoping all the time. We hope to find someone alive, but it would be a miracle. Right now, we are finding only people that are not alive. It's been 12 days since the disaster, and I can say that we work quickly, we work accurately, and we work with a lot of dignity and respect to all the people that we find.
So at what stage, Colonel, does this mission become a recovery mission?
I said yesterday in one of my interviews that recovery is not a good word to use because people, by mistake, think that somebody will enter to the site, heavy machines, and grab it all to one of the warehouses here in the area, and they will find their loved ones sometime. It's not the situation. The teams are working very, very accurately with heavy machines. It's a period between search and rescue and what by mistake called recovery. We use heavy machines to uncover the apartment and the room that we know exactly where they are. We know today exactly the amount, the number, the position, the names of each one of the missing people. We uncover all the layers that interrupt us to reach them, and when we arrive the perimeter, we start working very, very delicately, very, very professionally to unharm those people.
It really is an incredible effort from you there and the other rescuers on site. Just give us a sense of what you expect as this Tropical Storm Elsa approaches the Florida coast. What sort of concerns are there and how will you navigate those?
I want to say to the families that on site there is a group of tough people. Your teams are the best I ever seen. Unless there is a critical danger on site, they are working on wind, on rain, on sun. We are with you guys. We appreciate the opportunity that you gave us to fight for these people, for your loved ones. But the tropical weather does not affect the working on site.
Well, that is good to hear. In terms of the days ahead, the weeks ahead, how long could this take to get through layer after layer? As you say, you're working very professionally, very diligently to try to track down those missing. How long could it take? What are you and the other rescuers discussing? What's coming up?
I would say it will take weeks. I don't know how many. I prefer not to use months, but between days and weeks.
And in terms of the number, the search and rescue team on site now, how many people are working around the clock?
Right now there are 7 task forces from federal and another local teams, and we, as the amount of people that we are here right now, there are enough hands on deck right now, and I think that no more hands needed right now.
I can only imagine how exhausting it is as we see the pictures of people constantly using their hands to literally carry away buckets of debris. How exhausting is this work?
It's pretty difficult.
Pretty difficult
It's
and no
pretty
doubt
difficult.
pretty emotional.
Yeah, it's emotional. It's difficult. It makes us proud. Some moments make us sad. But I think that the spirit of the units on site is very high. And I say again, I'm proud to work side by side with these people.
Well, you're all doing a remarkable effort. Colonel GOLAN, VACH, good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.